Oh, no silly out today. So we're off down to Odin's mine today. We'll get a look around there. I went the other week and got to the cave and didn't realise a mine was down the side. So just walking down what's called the stones, or used to be known as slippery stones in Castleton, because when it was wet you couldn't get a horse and cart up it apparently. But we're heading over towards Mam Tor. So in the distance there, just across some fields. It's quite a nice little walk along what's called Odin's Sitch, which is like a stream that goes up towards a mine, and then we'll pop in there and have a route around. And then as usual I'll put up a bit about the history and that and whatever. But yeah, we're heading down here now towards what's known as the Instagram house. Because every picture you see on Instagram is of that house. There's Cow Nick up there. I'll do that one day. It's got like a rope bridge up, or a rope on the side to help you get up. It's got steep. And then there's the Instagram house. Quite a scenic view that. They've had the roof redone recently. And then this shop here, that's a cool place. If you're ever in Castleton, pop in there. The bloke's quite eccentric, but it's quite a cool place, full of junk and treasure. So this is my cardio for today. So started my weights yesterday. I'll get that I ate today. I feel like I've been about 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. I've not done any for probably about 3 months. So as usual in most things I do in life, I over-egged it a little bit when I started off. But anyway, look down here, quite a cool little jitty. That's what they are called, not a ginnel or whatever else, or an alley. It's a jitty in Derbyshire. So we're going to end up there, across the fields. I'll catch up with you as when I see anything remotely interesting, besides myself of course. Definitely worth going to a concert here, mate. I tell you, I've been to several now. I went and saw Hayseed Dixie. If any of you are into that sort of music, they're pretty good, and as a Queen tribute band. But the next one, I think, can't see him on here, is let's see, Terrorvision. That should be interesting for any of you metalheads. So yeah, a really good atmosphere in there. Obviously the Devil's Arse Cave, which is quite a cool place to have it, but it can get a bit cold. So we're heading off here now, off across the road there, down that alley. So it's quite cool, this. Get a move on. That's what you call a little alleyway, isn't it? Well, looks like this lens is misting up. Cheap crap. Like I said on a previous video about GoPro, I haven't got any in stock. I'll see if I can find another one, or put the old one back on, just hope it doesn't distort it too much. So yeah, we're coming down to Odin's Sitch now. There's a nice little brook. I'll film when we get close to that, and then crack on towards a mine. Nice view over to Winnet's Pass there. Looking quite dry on that right side. You see where people go up there and up and down, it's just eroding the path. And then we've got Mam Tor here. Some lovely horse chestnut trees around at the moment, all with conkers starting to grow. This is, look at that wild meadow there, pretty much been left without us. Yeah, it's almost the same height as the wall now. I'm sure they'll have sheep on that at some point, but they seem to have been doing that quite a bit this year. I know we had no mow May, but yeah, loads more insects. I don't know about you, but I've noticed my windscreen seems to be full of the bloody things now. At one time you hardly saw anything splattered on it, and now it's like massacre. That's how they actually study some of it, you know. They do like the counts the number of insects on windscreen splatters. They did that in Germany. But anyway, navigating today, they're all closed. Last few times I've been down here, every single fucking one of them has been, yeah, see Odin sits just down there. That runs all the way along here like a little stream. Some of the old, I think these are beech trees if I remember rightly, could be wrong. Some of them are oak as well, to get better at identifying plants. These are definitely horse chestnut. See here, these big lolloping leaves are groups of threes. I can't see many conkers on them at the minute now. Probably a bit early, but I have seen some when I walked the other day. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Some lovely, I think that's Meadows cranebill, the purple stuff. All of this shot over there, that's cow neck. You go up there, there's a rope to help you get up the steepest part. And obviously, when it's past, speedwalk caverns hiding behind them trees. That there's Tree Cliff Cavern. And then round the corner there, you get to the Blue John mine. Odin mine is just here at the bottom. Just a few of them trees there, just off the old Mam Tor road. Which again, that in itself's a good walk, where the road's collapsed. I think I've done that before, but if not, I'll probably do that another day. So I'm just trying to get my steps up. But yeah, this is the one. Meadows cranebill, gorgeous little flower that. And then we're coming down here to one of the most complicated sign style arrangements I've seen ever. Certainly different. And then we go up to a farm over there, and then to the mine. That road there, you'll see when we walk back, it's just full of people in their vans and motorhomes. It's fair enough, innit? Done that myself years ago in a converted bus that I had first night out on there. So all the buttercups have gone now. This place was just a sea of yellow about a week, 2 or 3 weeks ago. So yeah, look at this for a style arrangement. Complicated style every year. But how many signposts? Like, where the fuck are I going? The old dog bit as well. So we'll find our way through this mess and head off over there. This is a rather cool gate post. Got some etchings on it. I don't think they're particularly. Says there, look, you can see Odin mine. They're quite a recent one, but it looks old, doesn't it? It looks almost Celtic. And then look through here. That's always a good photo opportunity, looking over towards Loose Hill. But we're going to head through here, through the sheep and the lambs. Meh. It's alright, mate, don't worry. We ain't going to bother you. You do whatever you need to do. So, through this farm, up a bit of a hill, up to the road, and then, yeah, we're there. And then you've got the full view of the Great Ridge. So, Mam Tor. I've done this so many times, you get bored of it, don't you? Orange Cross. Up over to Back Tor there. And then Loose Hill. And in the distance, my missus's favourite hill, call it the Nipple Hill, Win Hill. That's probably one of the biggest, toughest climbs in the Peak District, they say. Going up that, if you go up from Parking Clough. Done it a few times, mate, and you know about that when you get to the top. Yeah, so I reckon, mate. So, I'll probably see you now when we get to. There's a couple of interesting bits on the way through to the mine, to be fair. Like an old millstone and bits and bobs like that. So, I'll probably catch up with you when we get to that bit. Little Shetland ponies there. I used to live on Shetland and they were everywhere. Been pets now, but one time it's quite horrific what they did to them. They used to be used down the coal mines because they were so small and could carry so much weight, but thankfully not anymore. We've got this quaint little path here now. Last of the foxgloves. So someone's knocked a few off, but this was covered in them the other week, but just the last few left now. So, and the old Mother Hill in the background there. It's just quite good at walk through here. A bit of bracken and woodland, and yeah. Horseflies seem to be a problem this year. A lot of people are saying. Someone's been through here, look. Probably twats. There's a lot of youngsters seem to be out and about this week. Not that it's necessarily was youngsters, but seems to be a few bits all broken and that. But butterflies are a nightmare. Jesus. Go away. Starting to look back down the Hope Valley. Peveril Castle. See Castleton. Hope Cement Works. Back of there, Shatton Moor. Windhill's behind this tree. There you go. And back along the Great Ridge. We're headed just down this bit now where there's a millstone and a bit of a like an iron ring. I'll find out what they're all about. I suspect probably some old mill maybe used to grind up wheat or whatever for the people who worked in the mines, I don't know, or whether it's a bit of mine machinery for grinding up the rocks. That might be more likely use for it, but I'll double check. You can see here, look, quite orange. That implies iron from the mine, probably. Yeah, here we are. So there's this quite big iron ring, and then this millstone here. So the mine is just up over there, so we'll head up there now and then I'll catch up with you when I'm there now, I think. So yeah, some dog roses there, beautiful, and then down there they're just repairing them where the walls, the supporting walls come away from the road a bit, which is well, the whole place around here is moving, hence why the Mam Tor roads no longer open up there. So we're going to head up here now. I'll speak to you shortly. So here we are, Odin's mine. So, you know, they used to come here for the lead, essentially. But it's quite dangerous. There's a big gash in the rocks. There's a cave here, and then the mine's down to the right. So it first brought the Romans here. Obviously later on in the 18th and 19th century, a lot of people made a lot of money. But how many people died, we never know, will we? So watch out for rockfall. So, you know, be careful. Me, careful. So yeah, all about the lead. But going back a long, long way. So we'll walk up to the cave, have a look in that, and then we'll go down the right hand side into the mine. So pretty much open mine workings, I think, but never been down that bit. I thought that cave was a mine last time. Live and learn. So we'll just go up here. Yeah, you can imagine that lot coming down on you, couldn't you? Just watch it, because it's a bit wet today. And if anyone can slip, it's me. So there you are, that's the entrance to what's called Odin's cave. And now I'm going all over the place on this slippy rock. I'll find out. Looks like a natural cave, but it could be somebody man-made. Oh! So, cracking views from here. I took a photo last time I was up here. That was a cracking photo of Winhill through the mouth of the cave. So I'll go down here. I'll turn this off while I do that and go down into the mine itself. This looks cool. There's someone's left a towel over there. Don't know what that white towel is up there. But, bit of a scramble over some rocks. I think this is a mine there. There's a slug. Just making sure of my footing, because limestone is a fucking nightmare. Someone's been having barbecues and I can smell shit, and that looks like toilet paper. Some people just disgust me. It's like a bit of a scramble there. Turn this off while I scramble up there, and there's a bit of a path there where you can't really get through that. But it's like an open chasm, but I'm just going to scramble up there. Can't touch you when I get to the top if I survive. Wow. I think I trod in some shit. You dirty bastards. Before I could smell it. I wonder I was slipping. Wow, yeah. How cool was this? Yeah, rock falls there. Look at them trees just perched on the edge. Brilliant. But it won't be to get much farther than this now. But that's all been carved out by hand. So they've been following a vein of lead probably. There's a bird singing. So it's like a tree there. Can't quite see what it is. Goldfinch or chaffinch. Doesn't sound like a chaffinch. Goldfinch. I'm gonna see if I can scrape this shit off my shoe now. Fucking beasts. Disgusting. Yeah. Nothing worse, mate. That and cat food and salmon you'll get an instant. Well, it's come off now. It's wet grass. But I've got a boot buddy. I did a video on that. So I'll they're a brilliant bit of kit. I might put a link to the end of this video on that. But yeah, that's Odin's mine. You see his rock tower, and you can imagine that lot at some point will just come down like it has at the back there. But that was all done by hand. You'd work your bollocks off here, mate, wouldn't you? Right, I'll have a quick look on this path here, see if I can get down along this path rather than back down in rocks, because I always find it easier going up than down. So that path goes that way by the looks of it. So I'll just catch up with you when I'm on there. Looks like, oh, look at that. That goes deep, doesn't it? Very, very deep. That's a very deep shaft. Final of some lead that. I haven't got a torch in here or anything. Quick look. Wow. The GoPro's shit. In poor light. So I might have to come down one day with my head torch. But that was cool. That just went on and on. I wonder how deep that goes. Anyway, we'll go down this way now, which is probably the easier way to have come. And probably would have avoided stepping in what I suspect is human shit. Anyway, we'll head off now back down to the back home. So that is Odin's cave and Odin's mine. I think I'm definitely going to come back with a head torch because, you know, I'm not stupid, don't worry, but that did look like it went a fair way down, that shaft to the right, whereas the other one looked like it had collapsed in on itself. So we'll give that a shot another day. But for now I'm just going to head back home. If I see anything interesting I'll film it, if not. That was just an evening walk that I do most days around that sort of length, just try and shift some of this timber that I've put on over the last fucking year. There's no hope having 7 pubs in the village, that's for sure. So yeah, I'll catch up with you on the next one. That's what you call a motorhome, mate. I saw one like that in Morocco, like an old army truck, huge ones. I can't remember what to call them now, but it was like proper. You could go anywhere in that. That's where we just came up earlier. They're interesting seeds. I wonder if it's a sycamore tree. The old helicopters. I'll check them out when I get back home. Yeah, could be. There'll be quite a few of them down here. Stunning views. Lots of swifts and swallows on the. I think they might even be swifts. I guess lots of swifts here with the crags, I guess, and some of the old buildings. They're all feeding on the bugs. There's that many flies out. Fuck yeah. I mean, it's not as bad as being in Scotland on the west coast this time of year, but still irritating. All buzzing around me. Putting on top I stood in that pile of shit. If I found out who'd done it, I'd love the nose in it, mate, I tell you. Delights of living in the country. So we're going to go past Tree Cliff Cavern. That's worth a look. Got a lot of stalactites and stalagmites in it, you know, the old rhyme. Tights up, mites up, tights down. Got a magpie just landed in that tree. Not bothered by me at all. Wow. Normally they're a bit spooky. But probably maybe they're used to people around here. Oh, it's a young one. Can you hear them? That's the swallows or swifts. So the finches there, all, yeah, they're, they might be swallows. Sound like them. I think swifts make a different noise. This is a road that's normally just full of motorhomes, but I've only counted about 3 or 4 today. Come the weekend, it'll be like some sort of bloody vagrant city. Anyway, I'll catch up with you. I'm going to walk back. I might walk back over Goose, bottom of Long Cliff actually, then on to Goose Hill. That takes me back to the house with I'll go in via the pub, which is always dangerous. Speedwell Cavern at the bottom of Winnets Pass, that's really cool. There's a boat ride on that, so you basically follow the flooded tunnel on a boat and then down to the cavern at the end. Cavern's okay, but the main fun is the boat trip. The guides are on there, they've really got a good sense of humour, really makes the trip, so definitely worth doing that if you're ever up here. So, a failed lead mine it was, never actually made the bloke any money I believe. So we're going to head off. Bottom of Longcliffe here, brings you along where that wall is, back to Goose Hill and back home. What's these little butterflies everywhere? I think that's one of those orange tipped ones. But hopefully beat that rain. But there's Winnets Pass. That's a beautiful spot. That is quite popular, but I mean, just stunning to think that is in this country, you know what I mean? In the winter it looks almost alpine with snow and that. I prefer to go out in the snow, to be honest with you. Less people and the scenery is stunning. But yeah, definitely looks black over Bulmer's mothers, as we say, in this part of the world. So we're going to head down here now. Keep an eye out for owls. I've seen a barn owl down there. I've seen wheat ears. Just never managed to catch the owl on camera yet. So, oh, that's not gone well, is it? There we go. Anyway, let's head down here, and then if I see anything remotely interesting, I'll let you know. But I want to get a bit of a move on, so there's not much wind, so I can't really. No, it's heading the other way, so it's gone over us. That's a relief. Anyway, crack on down here. With a better view of Cow Nick there. So this bit here, you can't quite see it, but there's a rope on the left hand side to help you get up there, because that's quite steep. That goes onto the top and over the back over there. Interestingly enough, this path here is the old path to the castle, and there used to be a bridge across the Devil's Arse Gorge, whatever you want to call it, cave entrance to the castle. That was the main entrance. Now the only way you can get in is through the rear entrance at the back of the hill in the village, because the bridge has collapsed and they've fenced it off now. But over the back here, and it goes from all the way near Sandy Acre in Nottingham all the way up here to Mam Tor, is what they call the Portway. So that is that goes to prehistoric times. That does about 48-50 mile route all the way from there. There's a few people done that walk. It looks quite cool. I think once I'm a bit fitter I might do that one myself. There's a stone in Nottingham, can't recall its name now, but I'll find out what it's called. It goes something like not the Hercle stones, that's on Derwent Edge. Anyway, I'll find out some details, but yeah, the Portway comes around the back of here all the way up to Mam Tor, and they reckon that sort of went back to maybe even Neolithic times. It's a really old pathway, that is, and there's quite a lot of those around, so that's always quite fascinating to think, you know, when you're walking these routes that people walked these thousands of years ago. You know, what were they doing, what were they transporting and all that sort of stuff. Bit sad, I know, but you know, it interests me. All the history, a lot of it in this valley. So yeah, we just follow this back down into the village now. Not seen any signs of an owl. I saw one just drop out that wood there and had a mouse in its mouth and everything, and just couldn't catch it on the camera. Fucking thing. They know, don't they, wildlife? I know you're about to take a picture of them. Occasionally you get lucky, but you can see why these wildlife sort of photographers spend hours, days, weeks even, just trying to get that one shot, because they certainly know when you're about to take a bloody picture, that's for sure. But yeah, I'll probably do a circular there, because if you go up there across the top you go onto Cavedale. That's a nice little walk, so I might do that one evening, trying to get out 2 evenings a week walking, plus obviously a big walk at the weekend, and then three times a week doing weights, and then obviously have a rest day. But then I'll probably move up to 4 times a week at some point, probably in about 2 or 3 months time, once I've got back into it. I was getting quite back into it probably about 18 months ago. Yeah, I think these Might be baby wheat ears in here. There's one on the path just in front of me. I caught some pictures of them a while back. They just sort of follow you. Bless them. And you know, I think they must be young because they don't seem too afraid of you. But you can see them all on this barbed wire. Oh, there's one. I think the wing bars tell you what it is. Well, I identified them as wheat ears. The males are quite obviously wheat ears, but yeah, there's one there just sitting on the post. Just keeping, if I walk slowly you can see them. Might be the odd chaffinch in there as well. It's hard to tell, I haven't got my glasses with me. You can see them all on that barbed wire. That's a male, yeah, they're definitely wheat ears. There's a male on that post. They're quite distinctive, the males, with a black bar across the eyes. Got the proverbial jackdaws. Last time I caught some crows attacking a buzzard. Got some quite good shots of that. So all happening in here. But probably a bit better in the evenings, there's not so many people about. I just go for a walk after work. You know, I sit on my arse all day at work, so I need to move. I'll start to seize up, especially at my age. I'm rambling now. Anyway, so that's a nice little walk over to Odin Sitch. These birds really aren't fazed by me whatsoever. I can't work out what they are. They look youngish. I think they might well be wheat ears. Yeah, just chirping away down there. There's probably some fledglings and the parents, I think, because I can see the mum and dad a bit further down. They're definitely wheat ears, but you can see them, about 4 or 5 of them just bobbing down there. But anyway, that's a nice little walk over to Odin's Mine, apart from stepping in a big pile of steaming human shit, which was like, you know, well, just, I don't know, they left a bog roll hanging out over a branch, you know. It's not even like he did it discreetly and buried it, you know. We've all done that, haven't we, you know, if you get caught short. But you carry a shovel or a trowel with you and you just bury the fucker. Just I despair of the human race, really. I think we're devolving now, not evolving. That's a wheat ear, just flew off there. Definitely wheat ear and it's brood. But they're all getting ready to leave. They've left the nest, but I guess they'll eventually leave the parents. So yeah, rant about that, mate. I've also volunteered for the Peak National Park as well. So see if they accept my application. They might take one look at me and go, "You're alright, mate." Anyway, we'll see. But that's it for now. I'll catch up with you next time I go out for an evening stroll. I'll probably do a little playlist of evening strolls. I'm going to do a book review. I fancy doing that. And then I managed to get hold of like a dash cam type thing for the bike, so I might try that. Yeah, you can see that's the mum of them. That's the mother there, I think, on that. See it just flying off. Hear that chat? That's definitely a wheat ear. The males, you can tell a mile off, but that's definitely the female with some of a little brood there. Look, how close am I to that? Can you hear that? Cool, man, cool. Oh, there's another one there, look. Just not phased. Just walk slowly. See the eye bar on it and the chatting sound. There's the other one there, look. I got really close to that one. Just walk slowly. They follow me all the way down this path. Keep an eye on me, maybe they're trying to distract me. Look at the beautiful wing bars, really white colour. They're off. I've probably gone past the nest now. Beautiful. That's why you come out on walks, well I do anyway. History and nature. Just helps you unwind from a day in front of a screen. I don't know about a few working officers, but my eyes, I just look staring at something that far away all day. I just need to get out and, you know, look in the distance. Anyway, rambled on now enough. Seeing the wheat ears, that's pretty cool. I shall catch you on the next one.